Hi folks, welcome back to another episode of the Single Dad's Cookbook. Today we're going to be making French onion soup. So for this you're going to need loads of onions. I've got 6 just white onions there. You're going to need a couple of carrots, garlic, some thyme and some bay leaves, and you're going to need about 2 pints of beef stock. Now this is my take on French onion soup. There's going to be points in this where people are going to watch it and go, oh, that's not French onion soup. No, it won't be. Not in the traditional sense. The techniques are here, and what makes it a French onion soup is here. But I'm going to show you how to make it with stuff that you've got in your cupboard. Not everybody can go out and buy Gruyere cheese because nobody will eat it apart from this time. So this is how I make it so that the family all eat it and it's not going to cost you an absolute fortune. So first thing you're going to start by doing is slicing the onions. Now you want to cut them lengthways into battens, and you want to do that. It makes the whole process easier. If you think you've got too much onions, then you've not got enough, because they will reduce right down. So I've got my trusty little pan here, and in there I've got some butter and oil, and what I'm going to do is I am going to just put all those onions into the butter and the oil mixture. I'm going to give it a good old mix around, and I'm going to add some salt in there to draw out the moisture from the onions. Now this is a test in patience, folks, because this is going to take a while. It takes about an hour, low and slow, to get the caramelization onto the onions. Just nice and low and slow. And whilst that's on, what I want you to do is I want to show you how you can lift up your humble beef stock that you can buy. Now, if you've got time to make your own beef stock, roasting off the bones, getting everything in there, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Most people haven't. So what I've done there is I've got a couple of carrots and I've just sliced them into chunks. I've got a couple of cloves of garlic. I'm going to just cut them in half. I've got a couple of bay leaves and I've got some dried thyme. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some beef stock that I've just made up. You can buy the pre-paid stuff. It's up to you. All you're going to do now is we're just adding in aromatics and flavourings. If you've got parsley, throw in parsley. If you've got fresh thyme, use fresh thyme. Whatever you've got there, okay? But what this is going to do, you're going to let this simmer whilst the onions are caramelising, and that beef stock's going to just take on all the flavours of those aromatics. And that just elevates your broth just up a level. So I'm just mixing that in, and then I'm going to transfer that into another pan so it can go on the stove. And you can see there already that these onions have started to reduce right down. And that's what I was meaning by saying, if you think you've got too much onions, you've not got enough. And I want to take this time now just to say, look, I appreciate all the comments. This is a journey that it may have only just started a few months ago, but it's one that we're on it together. And if this is the first video you're watching mine and you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. It costs you nothing, but it does mean the world to me. And as you can see there, over time, these are starting to caramelise. So they're at this stage, and that's still got quite a way to go. And you want to just, every now and again, give them a stir, keep an eye on them, make sure they don't catch the bottom. I've not got dry sherry to lying around to deglaze the pan or anything like that. And you can see there, they get to this stage. And this is where I'm now going to start to get everything organised. And that's where all those onions have come down to this. Some people add in sugar. I've not done that because these are sweet enough. And this is the technique, and that is the patience. So I've got these little baguettes that you make yourself. I buy them because it saves me throwing out bread. My house is notoriously bad for throwing out bread, so I've just got a couple of those little baguettes, and I'm going to just toast them off. So you can see there I've toasted them. I'm just going to get a garlic clove, and I'm just going to rub the end of each bit of the bread, just so it feels like it's been touched by garlic. It's not garlic bread, but it's got a little bit of garlic on it, just to give that, again, a little flavour hit, a lift, if you will. And now this is the controversial bit, I suppose. Traditionally, you should be using Gruyere cheese or Parmesan. I don't have them in, and I can guarantee 90% of the populace don't have that kind of cheese in. What we will have in is we'll have a cheddar or a red Leicester cheese in. So use that, and that's exactly what I've done here. I am not a professional chef, okay? I just know what I like to eat and what my family likes to eat. And you can't make cheese on toast. You just can't. So into this here, we've got the caramelised onions. You can see that, how much they've reduced right down. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put a sieve over the top of it. And I'm going to pour in the broth that we've elevated with all those extra aromatics. And they will now come in, and they'll all get stuck in the sieve. So what you've actually got is a nice clear beef broth with all those extra flavourings that you've added to it. And it just gives it an extra dimension. You can see there how beautiful that is. So get all that great stuff and give it a mix in. Now at this stage you can reduce it down, make it thicker, give it a taste, make sure it's seasoned to your palate. I quite like it with this viscosity, so I gave it a little bit of taste. The sweetness, the beef broth, it was nice and clear. It was perfect. So now I'm just going to plate it up. So I've put some of the broth into a bowl, and I'm just going to layer on the croutons, I suppose, the cheese croutons on top of this. Now, if you do have a bowl that you can put under the broiler, put the bread on, throw loads of cheese on it, and it all become gooey and delicious. Again, I've not got that, but what I have got is I've got a bowl, and I can put on the croutons onto it. And the final dish itself was delicious. And that's my take on French onion soup from the cupboard. Guys, I hope you're looking after yourselves. In this time of crisis, we all need to look after each other. If you've not already, have a look on the Instagram and Twitter. But most importantly, give it a go. And thanks for watching. From my family to yours, look after yourselves. Okay, till the next time, Single Dad out.